Welcome to part
Come again.
7 of our Village of Shadows run through the Resident Evil Village game. Whether you're joining us after part 5 or part 6, either way we picked up in the same place there after talking to the Duke. We're going to head out of the castle. Door was opened for us in part 5. We did a little treasure hunting in part 6. Completed the Azure Eye Ring. Words in the right order there. We're going to head up to the tower. In the documentation, in the documents we read, they call this the tower. It looks sort of like a chapel at this ground floor. Well, I don't know if this is ground floor, but at this level coming out of the castle. We open the sarcophagus and we find the fabled monster dagger that we read about in the note that was up in the attic. Theoretically, this dagger can hurt monsters. And here's a monster to find out. Now, me personally, after this fight's over, I would go down for that dagger. I'm gonna let the fabled dagger just fall and disappear. Lady Dimitrescu is going to show her true colors here. The dagger did hurt her, caused her to mutate into a state where she can actually be hurt. Prior to this, our weapons were ineffective against her.
I will devour all of you!
I'm not sure Ethan would call it an improvement at this moment. So cool.
Looks like your outside matches your inside. Psycho witch.
You don't want to charge up their honor. She can attack you. But if you stay down there, you can do some damage. And we are playing on Village of Shadows, as I mentioned. So expect this. This is the first of the boss fights that we encounter. I won't say it's the hardest boss fight. It's probably the third hardest fight in the game. You want to pull her through these archways. If you don't pull her through those archways, the fight won't progress. So once you get her past that, you can do damage by shooting pretty much any part of her, but the amount of damage you do is gonna... I missed that she went up in the air there. I should have been much quicker to get my my rifle out. And you can see the bugs flying. In all other difficulties, well, I didn't play Nightmare, but look at those bugs. They just devour you. In casual and in standard, those bugs are nothing. You can literally just stand in the crowd of them, and they'll do a little damage, but you're still green afterwards. They just devour you on this Village of Shadows. That was one of the biggest surprises in the Village of Shadows difficulty for me. Sure, there's the occasional foe that's in the place where you don't expect them, and you'll die from just running smack straight into them. But those bugs eating you alive, that was a surprise. I left these deaths in only because I don't know if anybody would believe me that those bugs are that deadly if I cut them out. You'll see it takes me a couple of tries here. She herself is not a danger. Her and her beast are pretty easily avoided. If you watch our knife only run, Knives Out achievement, it's in casual, of course, so the bugs are no consequence whatsoever. But you can actually stand beside her where she can't get the claws and that mouth on you, and just use the knife and cut her up like sushi. But of course, on Village of Shadows, that's not going to work. But the point being that the monster itself is of very little consequence. The bugs are the problem. So here we're going to go again. You do the most damage, of course, if you shoot her on top of. You know, it looks like she's mounted on top of the. She's riding it like a horse, but she's actually coming out of the back. You can hear the bugs are surprising me. I was so scared after the last time, I just kept running. It's only when she's up in the sky and she shoots out the bugs that it's a problem. Second most vulnerable spot on the beast is actually right in the mouth. And here I've missed her up in the air and I'm late again. So but I'm a little bit better shot this time. So but there came the bugs. So I know I have to avoid them, but how do I avoid them? So I try to skirt by them there, and that mostly works. You can hear me drinking. You can hear me drinking healing potions. Yet I still die. Third time's a charm. Spoiler alert, I make it through it this time. Partially, I'm a little quicker to get on the rifle out and on her.
You've ruined everything!
So if you've been following the playthroughs, I died 3 times in the first Lycan attack. I died twice to a daughter in the castle, and now I've died twice to Lady Dimitrescu boss fight. I've left all those deaths into the videos. This is the only case where you just have to keep repeating a kind of a long cutscene, so I hope it's not too dull. I just felt it would be kind of cheating if I just cut the deaths out. Now later on when we get into the run and I'm dying scores of times, taking hours to get through areas, I do start editing out the deaths. I'll still mention them. In a couple of cases I give you graphics of how badly it went, but there's a kind of a fine line between showing you what playing the game on Village of Shadows really is like and then showing you what it's really like. So I don't want to bore you to death with thousands of deaths, but I figured 2 inside of 1 video is not too bad. You can see my strategy doesn't really change much. I'm a slow learner apparently, but I'm less afraid of these bugs now. I'm gonna try to heal and be full health when she goes into the sky. So now she's gone up. Get healed, so I'm full health. Get my rifle out and just start shooting. And I got a nice lucky shot right on the body there.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It would have been better if I hadn't run back so far. Okay, now I've got to figure out what to do. So I tried to pull back and then get up against the building and just drink and drink and drink and drink and drink, and I still go red, but running and drinking, I managed to get through it. I think I used 3. I know I used at least 3, but maybe 4 health potions there. So if you want to come into this fight, if you're playing Village of Shadows difficulty, you want to come into this fight with plenty of health potions. Don't be trying to craft them. I was so confused. I backed up into that and I didn't know where am I? I didn't even know you could go in those things. in other playthroughs, if you've watched me play, I can chase her. You can chase her and actually catch the tail and just start hitting him from behind. But she's moving much faster there, so she's now chasing us. So we went from chasing her to... You can see right on top of that nose. That's kind of the second most deadly place for her. I'm taking too long. Don't let those bugs come out. Oh, okay, good shut off, and the bugs didn't come out. So now she's over here, and I've switched weapons, but I am so nervous that those bugs are going to come back out. That means that not enough blood. That ends this segment of the fight. And once that segment of the fight is ended, you go inside the tower and climb up the stairs. I was so frustrated with him, I took a couple of cheap shots here. Right in. You don't want to stand there very long. I was hoping I had done actually enough damage. I think the fight won't progress if you don't do enough damage, so I must be doing okay. The stake must really be hurting her. She's going to come right through that archway there. It's sort of futile to try to time the shot there, but I was hoping to catch her as she was coming in. Now you're up close and personal. Obviously, if you can hit her, that's better. Hitting the top of the mouth is good. Once the beast turns reddish color like that, the fight's over. So. 3 tries, we got through it. I hope that was an exciting start to the video for you. I know the last short video was just treasure hunting and me babbling about achievements and stuff, but there was some action here, so I hope the action junkies, the adrenaline junkies, have got something out of this video.
Curse you!
Such a cool death. Lots of fun. You can see back there on the altar, there's the first flask. You're going to find this.
Cursed.
This first flask, Ethan doesn't know what it is. We're going to spend the rest of this video finding out what this flask is and what we're going to do about it. It becomes very important to us. Taking it off its pedestal opens the door, and we can leave the castle.
Looks like I'm getting out of this place.
Next up is a small area, the gardener's home. I wouldn't call it a shack, cottage. That drawbridge over there, later on we'll be able to open it up to get back here, but you won't be able to get back into the castle. You're not even into the bottom of the tower. There's a well here that we can't get to. We don't have the tool, and so eventually you'll need to drop that drawbridge so that you can come back and get to this well to get what's in it. There's our 4th outhouse. As mentioned, you will be able to get to this area again. So far, the 4 outhouses that we've opened, you will always have access to. There's a document here. Well, I guess I'm going to open this cabinet for nothing. Oh, plate? No, rusted scrap. There's a bookworm. 21 of 47. We're getting close to halfway through, and we're just barely through the castle. So it tells you how big of part of the game the castle really is, how important it is. To me, it was the best part of the game. The castle was by far the area of the game that I enjoyed the most. I would happily have played, I don't know how many hours, hundreds of hours that we've spent playing this game. I would happily, if they'd had more like that, I would have happily still been happy. For the first time, well, it's not really the first time. It's the first time we find fish. These are game that you can actually use to create recipes that would help you upgrade Ethan, his abilities. Of course, he's fully upgraded. We wouldn't be running Village of Shadows if we didn't have him fully upgraded. So we've eaten all the recipes. To us, they're just 3 poacher targets for the poacher challenge.
We call on thee within the endless dark to deliver. As the midnight moon rises on black wings, we await the light at the end. In life and in death, glory to Mother Miranda.
Hey, remember me? I almost died up at that castle. Tell me, what is going on around here?
How can a man be almost dead? That's a question for the wise.
You know what I mean. And I still haven't found Rose. Where did Mother Miranda take her?
You're too late! Or maybe almost too late. The child will be sacrificed, life for life.
What kind of sick medieval shit is this? She's just a baby.
The crests of the 4 bloodlines may open the path you seek.
Will you please stop talking in riddles? I just want to find my daughter.
It's only a riddle if you don't know the answer.
Wait a second. That looks familiar. Hey, wait!
Of course, he's referring to the umbrella symbol. The rest of the symbols on that are, well, one of them is on the top of the flask, but I'm certain he's talking about the umbrella symbol. So, we got a winged key. There will be gates with these wings on them. I don't really know where we are, or at least Ethan doesn't. I know where we are, but Ethan doesn't know where we are. Once you notice that we dropped down a couple of steps and we went through some doors, those doors never open again for you, so you can't get back to the area this way. There's some crows out there. So we're up to 6 out of 40. 3 being crows and 3 being fish at this point. I'm still using the wrong shotgun to really work on Squawk shot. I already had the Squawk shot achievement. Got it pretty easily using the actual bird gun. So I'm just shooting them on the ground. I'm mostly just shooting them to show you that they're there, so that if you're working on Squawk shot, or if you're working on Poacher, they count as Poacher points too. So you can see that point count up. We've got to count to 40. This shot, even on casual, these lichen are over there on top of that crest, and shooting them from here on these stairs counts as a trick shot. So you actually get an achievement for that shot. And now watch how fast he moves. Well, that guy doesn't move. Watch how fast his head explodes. There's a guy way back there. But watch how fast this guy's running. This is as fast as the aiming would go down on the rifle. I couldn't move. When you're aiming through that rifle, look all the way through all those shots of the stake and ran all the way across there. I don't know if I should be embarrassed by that or if I'm just in awe of how much of it he just tanked that. Just straight head rushed me right from the beginning. See that flame back there? That's another lichen. He's probably a bowman, so I don't want to be hit by a bow. That would have gotten me the trick shot too. I showed the first one because that's the shot that gave me the trick shot when I was playing the first time on standard, the first time through. And the second shot missed here, and then he comes around this corner skidding, and I miss. This time I took the aim off and looked down, because you can look down a lot faster if you're trying to aim through the scope. I guess it's trying to make sure that your aim is reasonably steady, but it is so slow you can't track anything through that scope. You have to, anything that's moving at you can't move down fast enough. The first time you go in the first time you play, whether you played on standard or whatever, the first time, there would have been a goat of warding in there. I can't remember where all the goats of warding are, but I can remember some of them, so I'll point out some of them that weren't as obvious. Trying to. These areas you get, they're not like in the castle areas turned blue. Out here in the wilds, the areas don't turn blue. So I can't show you that I'm clearing it all, but I'm trying to clear it all and make sure that I pick up, show you every little nook and cranny of the game that I can. In the next area, there's going to be a locked chest that we don't have a key for. We will get the key. I don't think we open it I think we get the key for it, I believe, in this video. No, not in this video. In the next video, we'll get the key to it, but we don't open it until later in the game. Opening these big double doors didn't need a key, but it's the first time you get to see the altar, what they call the altar area of the village. You can see the church down there past another set of gates. See some more gates to your left, and there's a gate to the right. But that in the middle there was what they call the altar.
There you are. I had a feeling you would pop up here.
It was all worthless.
Is that so? I assume you've picked up something of value.
Not sure if it's of value, but...
Why, you have your daughter right in your own hands.
What are you saying?
Take a closer look. That flask seems to contain her head.
No. What?
Roses...
Don't say another word! This is impossible! This just can't be!
Your daughter's essence is still intact. Her powers are truly unique.
Who could even do this?
She can be saved, you know.
Saved? From this? Are you insane?
There's a house with a red chimney on the western side of the village. Go and seek out the man who lives there. Then we can continue our conversation.
Quit holding out and get to the damn point.
You don't have to trust my words. But do you have any better options? Your choice. The customer is always right. After all.
You'll pay if I find out this is a lie. Fucking joker.
Alright, so now we know what the flask is. Pretty horrifying.
Welcome, Ethan.
We're gonna sell the treasures we picked up, including the expensive 25,000 piece of Lady Dimitrescu. We're gonna call it quits at this point for this video, and in the next video we're gonna go through the village to the house with the red chimney and
Beautiful
get some more information from the Duke, as well as an upgraded key to get into new areas. I hope you enjoyed this video. The boss fight was particularly those bugs eating you alive, kind of surprising. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Delighted to. Have a what?